Welcome back, Ducks and Kings fan, to episode 96 of Royally Quacked, the AHL division, because I think we're both playing like AHL teams.
AHL
Blah,
teams.
blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Tongue twisted today. Very much, I think, disappointed.
You're disappointed?
Okay. We want to start with that? We can do that. Okay, so you guys haven't played well. Neither have we. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What does your future look like?
To be honest, it's up in the air in the moment.
No, but you have a ton of very young, excellent players.
Yeah.
We've got only two maybe I'm excited about.
Clark and Byfield.
Nope. Clark and LaFerriere. Byfield's a disappointment. I'm sorry.
You heard it here first on Royally Quacked. Byfield is a disappointment.
You know, he finally scored a goal last night, but they lost 5-1. There I ruined one thing already, but that's okay. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, if you're honest, the future, who do you think has the brighter future right now?
I would say the Ducks and over Kings.
Oh, absolutely. And we're playing just as bad as you are. Of course, it doesn't help to have a couple of key injuries, but then one of those guys isn't going to be here anyways next year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Kind of frustrating. But why don't we start with Duck news today, Cody? Let's go.
All right. So I haven't heard this name before, but he's the one that put it on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it now. But Andrew Knoll on X, he put in quotes, "I spoke with Cutter Gauthier this morning. He said not making Team USA made him hungrier to do it in 4 years. Also said there may not have been any talks between him, his rep, and the Anaheim Ducks general manager Pat Verbeek on regarding an extension yet. So no talks of extension yet with the Ducks and Cutter, which is not very good. I want them to at least start talking. I'm not asking for a deal to be signed right away, but at least start talking, because I don't want another Zegras, Drysdale, McTavish situation with Cutter and Leo. And was it with Minty, Zellweger, and I believe those were the 4. But yeah, I don't want that to happen again at all.
Well, you know the Ducks play hardball, so it's going to happen.
Yeah,
and unless they change their operating system, the way they operate right now, that's not going to change. So you're going to be disappointed.
True,
probably. So
yeah. Well, Ducks have given me nothing but disappointment lately, so we'll see if that trend continues or not. Next up on the Ducks news is Elliot Friedman suggests the Anaheim Ducks have checked in on forward Andrew Mangiapane from Edmonton Oilers. If this was like 3 or 4 years ago, I would say trade for him right now. But right now, ever since he's been out of Calgary, even his last 1 or 2 years in Calgary, still wasn't like wow or anything like that. Like that 1 year, I know he had like almost 40 goals, I want to say. He had 30, 40 goals in that 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And he was looking like a scorer, but then they just went downhill. I think after the Kachuk trade is when he started really going down, because they had Gaudreau, Matthew Kachuk, Huberdeau wasn't there, who they have. I think it was it was them, and they were like one of the top teams in the NHL that year. So, but now that's not who in my like nothing against Andrew Mangiapane, but he's not what the Ducks need right now. So, and I know there's been talks about like Strome being on the trade block, and honestly, like I'm kind of annoyed with the whole Ryan Strome situation because I thought he's actually been one of the better Ducks forwards when he plays, and yet he's the one that keeps getting healthy scratched and everything. Like I'm starting to question like some of the playing time and stuff like that because like Jansen Harkins is playing over Ryan Strome. I nothing against Jansen Harkins. I like the way he plays, but he should not be playing over Strome. Then you also got Nikita Nestorenko, which I'm getting to right now. They placed him on waivers for the purpose of reassignment to the AHL. Luckily, he passed through because honestly, every time he's in the lineup, he does something that I really like. Like he forechecks well. He's always like getting into the defensive guys' faces in the Ducks ozone. Like he's the one that's causing turnovers. He looks good. He's fast. He's not making mistakes. At least not that I'm noticing. But that's something I've just noticed. Like the Ducks do play different when he's on the ice. But yet we waived him to go down the HL for no reason. Like he could have stayed with the Ducks. Like we Toronto got hurt on IR, so we could have we didn't have to send anyone down for someone else to come up. So I don't understand this. So like I said, I Mangiapane is not the person we need to bring in. We should have kept Nestorenko. Strome needs to play more because I think he's been one of the more consistent players. No, I'm saying he's like the best player, but consistent. Like I've liked the way Strome has played. It may not show on the points side, but all around, I think Strome's been playing very well. And I think it's weird that like as much he's been healthy scratched, whenever he does come, I notice he wears an A on his sweater. So he's one of the captains. So I guess it doesn't make sense. But next up on the Ducks news, so I guess this main reason why Nestorenko went down is because the Ducks recalled Tim Washy from the goals, and I guess he's been looking very good down there in San Diego, winning a lot of faceoffs, which is something we desperately need is someone to win faceoffs. So I believe he was the fourth line center the other night. So yeah, I like that Washy's up. I wish maybe we could have seen Nestorenko and Washy together on the fourth line, but and maybe with Johnston and give Harkins a little break. So, like I said, we'll see what happens maybe tonight in Buffalo. So, next up, the Ducks have placed goalie Peter Mrazek on IR with a lower body injury. I don't know very much about the injury so far. All I know is he got pulled after the second period against who was it? It was Washington. So it was the game on Monday. He got pulled after the second period because I guess he got injured, so Dostal went in. So hopefully Mrazek's okay, and maybe he re-aggravated that groin injury. So, but now I forgot to put this in notes, but it's kind of an obvious one. Since Mrazek went on the IR with the injury, the Ducks had recalled Billy Husso back up. So now, and Husso has already played a game. So, but we'll talk more about that later. So we got some good news and bad news. I'll give you the bad news first. Troy Terry is out with an upper body injury and is considered day-to-day right now. So he did not play in the Carolina game, and I don't think he's playing in the Buffalo game from what I've heard. But we'll see what happens. Probably around noon is usually when they let everyone know like the lineups on who's playing or not. But it looks like hopefully Troy Terry comes back for at least when they come back home on what day? When do they come back? On Tuesday against the Stars. So hopefully, yeah. Mom put in the chat. That's okay. I like Ville. I like Huso too.
I think he should have been the backup anyways.
Yeah, I think they needed. I think the reason why the Ducks got Mrazek is just because they needed to make the money work with Detroit.
I have no doubt about that. So I'm okay with.
But Mrazek's a free agent after this season.
I know.
So, and Huso is still signed for another year after this.
Yeah, he won't be back.
Yeah, I that's what I already kind of expected that, and I liked Huso after last year when the Ducks brought him in. So we'll end the Ducks on some good news. Troy Terry passes Jakob Silfverberg for 8th all-time in assist within the franchise. Now he has this sight set on Ducks legend Niedermeyer for 7th. And someone who hasn't been in the chat in a while, Captain of Chaos, Adam,
Wow.
Ville was proving himself better than Peter. No, I 100% agree.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Adam.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah, I 100% agree that Ville is proven that he's the better backup than Mrazek. So I 100% agree on that. So you want to go on to Kings news?
Well, there's one bit of good part of Kings news. The rest, I'm going to call it depressing news. Prospect Wojciech Sihar named the MVP of the 2026 World Junior Championships, had 4 goals and 7 assists for 11 points in 6 games. Not the name I expected to be MVP of World Juniors.
Yeah, me either.
And we didn't even have a North America in the finals.
Yeah.
What was it? Czechia and Sweden?
Yeah. It was what, 1 player on your team and 2 players on my team that were in the final.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's good news. Now let's start with some of the bad news. Kopitar, lower body injury day to day. That's been on for the last week. Joel Armia also injured in that same game, I think, against Minnesota, the first game against Minnesota on Saturday. Upper body injury day to day. The Kings did designate forward Corey Perry to a non-roster status. He had to return home to care for a ill family member. We did recall Taylor Ward, not the ones the Angels traded to I think the Orioles.
Yeah.
His look-alike, but plays hockey, Taylor Ward from the Ontario Reign was recalled.
Do they look alike?
No, I'm just joking.
I was like, damn. I was like,
Yeah.
So they're the same name and they look alike? Do they go as each other for Halloween or something?
I actually think the Kings were there at an Angel game, and they met the 2 Taylor Wards.
Okay, that sounds about right.
And then also Andre Lee has been recalled from AH Ontario, obviously replacing Armia and Kopitar, but not even just that. Trevor Moore has been hurt and is still out with an upper body injury. Prospect and Canada World Junior goalie Carter George is sent from Owen Sound to the Sioux Greyhounds, and they got like 7 picks for him.
That's it?
Yeah. Well, the thing is Owen Sound is not very good.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
I mean, and he was second team all league on a terrible team last year. And it's part of why his stats have been affected in juniors. Also, another trade of a Kings prospect, Jared Woolley, and partner to
Oh, did we lose you? Is it me or is it? Oh, is it me or is it my dad? Someone put in the chat. Did we lose? But real quick, yes, we started early today. At Adam, uh, we have some plans that I have to go to like a lot earlier than normal. So yes, we did. The simulation froze. I just know. Is it my dad or is it me? Someone put in the chat. You started early today. I was expecting a 10 a.m. start. Yeah, we had to start a little earlier today. The simulation froze. Oh, I'm guessing it was my dad that lost internet. Yeah. While we're waiting, I'll knock out some. Yeah, my dad is frozen. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, while we're waiting for my dad to get back in, I will knock out some league news. um, in league news, the Sharks have signed Alexander Wenberg to a 3-year, $6 million AAV contract extension. I thought that was a great move for the Sharks to re-sign him. It seems like everything's working very well for everyone there. The Blues have signed forward Alexei Tropachenko to a 2-year, $2.5 million AAV contract extension. The Predators have signed goalie Justus Anunen to a 2-year, $1.25 million AAV contract extension. And then another extension. The Flyers have signed forward Christian Dvorak to a 5-year, $5.15 AAV contract extension. Like I said, a lot of extensions this last week. Knock on wood. Hopefully the Ducks sign someone like that soon. And then here's an interesting one. The Blue Jackets have signed defenseman Igor Zamula to a 1-year, $1 million contract deal. Per Puckpedia, the deal was he had a deal that was recently terminated by the Penguins after he just got traded there. So, some sad news in the Bronx that the Rangers, Igor Shesterkin, got a lower body injury and is going on IR. And Adam Fox is also going back on the LTIR to be reevaluated when he is eligible to come off. The 2027 NHL Winter Classic will be played between the Utah Mammoth and the Colorado Avalanche at the Rice-Eccles, I believe I'm saying that right, stadium on the campus of the University of Utah. That will be a fun one to go to. And then we got some sad news. Hockey Hall of Fame goaltender Glenn Hall, aka Mr. Goalie, has passed away at the age of 94. Hall's career saw him appear in 906 NHL games, the 8th most in history by a goalie for the Red Wings, Blackhawks, and Blues, winning 407 of them. Hall won 3 Vezina trophies, 1 Stanley Cup as a player in 1961, the Calder Trophy in 1956, and the Conn Smythe Trophy in 1968, while appearing in 13 All-Star games. And I believe he has probably one of the most unreachable records in hockey. I would say this has to be one of the most unreachable games. He has the record for 502 regular season games started as a goalie. That's crazy. Like we're amazed that guys even play 70 games now, and this guy played 502 games in a row. If you count playoffs, I think it was like 530 or so. Oh, and the prodigal son has returned.
Yeah, I got
Hello, sir.
Hello, I got an echo though.
All right. Well, while you're fixing that, I will finish the league news. I was just saying that we lost the hockey legend Glenn Hall this last week.
Yes.
And I was just saying how he probably has the most unbeatable record in hockey with the 502 consecutive regular season games started as a goalie. I don't think that record is ever going to be beaten by human, at least.
Okay, there we go.
And then last bit of news for the league, there was a trade. Blackhawks acquire Ryan Ellis, Jake Furlong, and a 2028 fourth-round pick. In exchange for the Sharks get goalie Laurent Brossoit, Nolan Allen, and a 2028 seventh round pick. So I just think that the Sharks just wanted to grab one more goalie just in case, because I mean they're playing great right now. I think they just wanted to, stock up on their goalie depth. And my favorite thing about this trade is once Elliott put it out there that there was a trade, Ryan Ellis, who hasn't played in, I want to say, 3 or 4 years now because of his injury, he literally commented on Elliott's post saying, "How do I keep getting traded?" I just thought that was pretty funny. All right,
it's all about the money.
It's all about the money. So you want to continue with your King stuff? The league news is already done.
Okay, let me get back.
Because I believe you were talking about Taylor Ward or Andre Lee, one of the two. Or no, sorry, you were talking about Jared Woolley and George Carter. Carter George getting traded. That's what you were last on.
So I finished with both of those, right?
You were in the middle of talking about it.
Okay, I'll repeat it. Carter George finally got a blessing and got sent from Owenstown to the Sioux Greyhounds for like 7 draft picks. Hopefully, he'll have a better team in front of him, and then he could actually possibly reach his potential. Because Owenstown has been pretty sucky for a few years. He still made, like I said, made second team goalie for the OHL. And then Jared Woolley, who also partnered with Henry Prestovich at London, has been traded to the Kitchener Rangers. I don't remember who it was for and what. That kind of hurt because those guys were buddies and played together. The Kings also have recalled forward Cole Gutman from the AHL Ontario, obviously to replace the injured Trevor Moore. So the basic talent level of the Kings has really dropped by a lot with those injuries. Moore, Armia, and Kopitar. The season is bleak, people, I think. I don't know. I would think about maybe getting a new coach, getting a new idea of a system that might at least bring excitement back. I mean, the game we went to last Saturday, that was a great game. And the Kings played well. Yeah, it was exciting. It was it 5-4, I think.
5-4 and shootout, but that's a
in the shootout. Yeah, and Brant Clark was fantastic in that game. But that's it on Kings news. I
already knocked out the league news, so
we're gonna go to games.
We'll go to games.
And I got 4 games, you got 3, so I'll start.
You'll start.
So let's go to that first game. And we were there.
We were there.
And we had really great seats.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I do want to say something about why was it so hard for us to find our seats here? Like it was not easy. We spent a good 20, 30 minutes just trying to find the stairs or way to access to get to that section.
We obviously got some information on which way to go, but not really enough detailed information. We basically went up to the 3rd floor and they had to come back down. But when we got our seats, they were fantastic. Probably the best seats I've had since I've been on the glass at the Forum of a Kings game I've ever been to. And my wife, our executive producer, the Mama Duck, as she wants to be called, she's been there many times with me when this is long before the Ducks were even a dream.
Yeah.
And sitting right on the glass there, the Kings would walk right by you. Those were fun days to go watch a game. But anyways,
but also like with the elevator people, like they had a little bit of attitude to them, and I can kind of see why, but at the same time, like people that probably don't go to games often, they don't know all the
SA and
yeah. I was like, oh, we're the PR. He's like, you gotta give me something else. Do you see PR on here? I'm like, dude, that's what our section says. Like, I'm like, that's all I know. And then the lady also in there, she's like, oh, we're on level 3. He's like, do you see a 3 on here? I'm like, if you're the elevator guy, you've probably been there for how long? You know all the levels, like, oh, 3. Okay, just hit the button and go. You know which one goes to 3. I'm sorry. That kind of ticked me off a little bit. Because I'm like, I was kind of annoyed because we were having so many issues trying to find our seats, and I was like PR, and he's like, he's like, and I was like, I don't know, dude. Like I was like, wherever PR is, just take us there.
Well, the neat thing though about our seats is that we had a waiter.
Yeah, that was nice. We didn't have to get up and go get a beer or anything.
The only other thing is it's probably true at every arena, there's not a lot of room.
No, I think I can't remember if I had more room at the Ducks game or the Kings game, but I want to say I had more room at the Ducks arena.
It's pretty tight there too.
No, it is,
and it's steep.
Yeah,
that's why if you really like to go watch a game, I do believe Honda Center is, especially if you're in the higher seats, is a much better buy because you can actually really still see the game. But where we were sitting with, wow, that was not a problem. But I've been up high at the Kings games and they look like ants skating on the and back when you were in high school, we'd go with Coach Cowan's tickets. Yeah. It was pretty high.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, let's go back to this game. This was what you want to say something?
Yeah. Kevin just says happy Saturday to us.
Hey, Kevin, how are you, buddy?
Happy Saturday to you too. Hopefully you're having a good weekend too.
Let's go to the scoring in this game. And this was like one of those back and forth games, people. Let me tell you, it did start off with Kempe getting his 14th, from Kopitar his 15th, and LaFerriere his 9th, and the 6:08 mark on a wrist shot, and the Kings are up 1-0. But what a lot of people don't know, Jake Middleton wasn't actually. He scored the first goal for Minnesota, and it was only his first of the year, from Zuccarello his 15th and Bogosian his 3rd at the 8:28 mark. But he was a 7th round draft pick for the Kings that never actually, I don't know, even maybe he was signed with us, or if he did, we ended up trading him. And there's quite a few players on the late rounds that maybe never actually even played at Ontario that are playing in the NHL. So the Kings draft really well. Bless you.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
Yeah, well, it's usually me sneezing, so it's nice to have somebody else.
Oh.
So we go to we tied 1-1 after the first period. So in the second period, Corey Perry gets his 9th on the power play from Byfield to 17th, and Brant Clark is 14th on a deflection at the 16:57 mark. But just a minute and a half later, Joel Eriksson Ek on the power play also gets his 11th from Quinn Hughes, his 32nd. And I got to tell you, Quinn Hughes is a fun guy to watch play. He was so highly involved in just about every aspect for Minnesota. How lucky the people in Minnesota are to have a player of his caliber on the team. I was most excited that we're about that part of the game is to get to watch Quinn Hughes play, because I don't think I've ever seen him. So
yeah, when I bought the tickets for this, it was one, before I knew it was Star Wars night, and two, it was before the Quinn Hughes trade. So it was like a win-win-win. And honestly, I was not expecting the seats to be like, I knew they're going to be good, but I didn't think they're going to be like that right there. Good.
They were that good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
knew like I got decent seats. I didn't expect like that good, to be honest. And for the price range, like it was perfect. Like I thought we got like a very sweet deal for where we were and how much we paid.
I have no idea, since it was a gift, what the cost was of it.
That way.
That's okay. I don't want to know. Yeah. And well, so I did do the second period too, right? Yeah, it was 2-2. Third period, Quentin Byfield gets his 6th unassisted. It was basically an own goal, I guess, as they say in soccer.
Yeah.
But he got his 6th at the 4:54 mark and put the Kings up 3-2. Not too, like I said, back and forth. Now Brock Faber, ex-King draft pick, traded for Fiala, gets his 9th from Urov his 10th and Kaprizov his 25th at the 7:33 mark. So now we are tied at 3-3. Then Samuel Hellenius gets his 1st from Fiala his 14th and Turcotte his 5th at the 12:09 mark on a wrist shot. Put the Kings up 4-3. And I tell you what, another impressive guy to watch play is Matt Boldy from Minnesota. I remember him. He played with Zegras and Turcotte and Kaliev when they won the World Juniors. And, and I think he was like 10th, I think.
He was 12th, I believe.
12th. And we took Turcotte 5th. I think, Minnesota owned that one. I mean, Boldy's been a far better player than Alex Turcotte has been so far in his career. Although I think Turcotte is actually moving on from Deneau, and he's been playing a lot better. But I would still trade straight up and get Boldy. But he gets his 26th to tie it from Faber, his 14th. So, and then Foligno is 4th. And so it goes to overtime. And the overtime, it was very exciting, but no scoring. So we go to a shootout. I think we had Fiala. He didn't score. Zuccarello didn't score. Kempe scored. And then, of course, Boldy scored. Kopitar didn't score. And then Kaprizov. We shut down Kaprizov. And then Brant Clark. And I want to say Brant Clark with attitude. I mean, he was putting his hand up to the crowd. Yeah, I just scored. And then Tarasenko shot, and Kemper made the save. We won the game. Let's go to the 3 stars. Or, let's go to the stats.
Real quick, Kevin says Turcotte doesn't look like he'll live up to being a 5 overall pick, but man, he's really stepped up since given this elevated role post Deneau trade.
Well, and I agree, totally agree with you, Kevin. That's one of our pluses. He's played well. LaFerrier's played well. Clark is playing well. We need Byfield was good in this game, a goal and assist, but he could have been. He's got to do that every game or close, something, or every other game, and he's not doing that. I'm still waiting for him to shine. I think he just needs to shoot more. He's just passing too much. Shoot the puck, get some goals going, get on a streak like you did last year. Anyways, Kings outshot Minnesota 38-28. The faceoffs were 50.8 for Minnesota to 49-2 for the Kings. Minnesota's 1 for 4 on the power play. Hey, the Kings 1 for 3. So 33%. Hits were 17 for Minnesota, 15 for Kings. Block shots, Minnesota 21, Kings 18. Giveaways, we won that one 19-16. And takeaways, Minnesota took that 5-4. Now we'll go to the 3 stars of the game. And with the game-winning goal and plus an assist, but really it doesn't count as a goal because it was a shootout call. Brant Clark. Samuel Hellenius was the second star with a goal, and first star was Quinton Byfield with a goal and assist. I would have had Clark as the number 1 star. Byfield number 2, Hellenius could be 3, but Kemper was pretty incredible in this game.
Honestly,
there was a lot of
a fun game to watch because it was just like in that third period, it was so back and forth.
True. It was a very exciting game,
and the Wild fans next to us were a lot of fun too.
Yeah, they were neat. They were from Yorba Linda, though.
Yeah, and they were like cool. Well, I think they were originally from Minnesota, but they live in Yorba Linda.
Yeah,
like I said, they were really nice. The guy to our left was a little annoying, but the guys to my right, they were, like I said, I like how he apologized when I was like, hey, like you could celebrate when your team scores. I don't care. I'm like, all they did was like, woo, they high-fived and they celebrated and then they sat down. Like they didn't rub it in my face or anything like they didn't go like, ha, like that's the fans I don't like. Like I'll like whatever you want to do it, but expect me to do it back. But no, he apologized. I'm like, dude, like you're allowed to celebrate when your team scores. That's fine.
So before we move off of this game, we got to talk about the other things that happened at the game.
Oh, yes.
So, we were trying to obviously get more and more people to look at Royally Quacked. And we gave out a lot of stickers and stuff. We went to, what was that called? The one on the third deck?
It was the LA Royal Army fan page.
Yeah, we went over there, spent a little bit of time there, and we're walking back. And who do we walk into, buddy? Because you're the one that saw him.
So I was trying to message everyone to see if we could just meet up and, talk, and stuff like that, take pictures with other Kings people. Like when I go to the King, like I'll take pictures with JoJo or and stuff like that. So I messaged Mikey. He's like the PR person. He's like DJ JoJo, but not the DJ, pretty much. And it's funny.
He's the one that he's on the mic. He's hyping up the crowd. He's yelling.
So all the Kings fans that are watching right now, you guys know who Mike DeLorean is. So as we're walking into the door to go to the elevator, I turn on and I look and I see Mikey and I'm like, wait, that's Mikey. And you didn't know who I was talking about. And I was like, no,
I didn't see him until he was like right next to us.
Yeah. So, and he was like walking past. So I was like, hey, Mikey, I was like, and he turned around and he talked with us. I introduced, us and we do the podcast and everything. And, so as I said, I told him about everything and I was like, oh, and he's like, I told him, I was like, hey, JoJo told me about you. And he's like, oh, you know JoJo? And I was like, yeah, like, and he's like, are you gonna have him on? And I was like, we're working on it. And he's like, here's an idea. I'm like, how about we get all four of us? He's like, I'll text JoJo and we'll have like a full, like, have you two and us two all on together. I'm like, oh my god, yes. Like I found out a little bit right there. I was like, dude, that would be so fun to do with JoJo and Mikey, because JoJo did tell me about Mikey when I went to the home opener. He asked me if I talked to him. I'm like, I haven't talked to Mikey yet, and I was working on it.
All I got to tell you, as bad as the elevator operators were,
Yes.
Mikey was engaging, friendly, not in a big hurry, just to because he's all over that arena during game time. He has a lot of responsibilities. He took time to speak with us, and I appreciated that completely. He was such a nice guy. Kings, you need elevator operators more like Mikey. I mean, with that same kind of attitude, that are friendly towards the fans. Because Mikey was nothing but respectful, engaging, and be honest with you, I was impressed.
I was very impressed too. Like
So
I said, it was the same thing when I met JoJo at the rookie face off. Like he gave me the exact same vibes. Like JoJo was like, dude, I've seen your content, I love it, and stuff like that. Like I said, I got great vibes, and like and Adam right here, Mikey Alexander, awesome guy. He's awesome, great guy, and he meant to say huge Patriots guy. So okay, we'll have to talk to him about that too. And I know he's also the Ontario guy too, from what Adam's saying. And I've seen his stories where he's in Ontario as well. So, like I said, that was fun. Mikey was amazing. Like I said, we didn't even mention like anything about having him on. It was his idea. So, and I was like, all right, cool. I love that idea.
well, somebody likes your hat.
I get so many compliments whenever I wear this hat. I get so many compliments. I wore it at the pond a couple years ago. I want to say I had about eight or nine people like, dude, that is a dope hat. Where'd you get it? And I was like, to be honest, I have no idea. My wife got it for me. This is the one that Christina got me. I want to say our first month of dating. It was like she gave me this hat for like our 1 month anniversary. And I've had it since. And I do love this hat. So,
well, we did miss one comment.
Oh yeah, here.
And I want to address that up there.
Okay, go for it. You talk. Go.
Well, I'm trying to get it.
And we talked about this last week, actually.
Yeah, we did talk about it. That Kevin said, do you think Byfield would do better with I think a new coach would be the way to go. A change of scenery. I don't think we get a value for it right now. He was trending towards to being a 70, 80 point player in the Kings system. Yeah, last season, the second half, that's what it looked like. But at the start of the season, even at the start of the season, he was a little better than he has been now. But somewhere early on, it just looks like he's lost all confidence. I'm not going to say that. The one thing I'm going to say, the only aspect, there's two aspects of Quentin Byfield that we need. And I think one I see improvement on is faceoffs. The second one is he's got to be more offensive, because most of the time he plays really tough defense. He's all over the place. He's stealing pucks. He goes to the corners. Even though he's playing center, he's going and getting the puck. He's just not scoring. That's what he needs. He really needs to work on that in faceoffs. And Jarrett Stoll, I hope you just listen once. Get out there with him, because you were one of the best ever in the faceoff circle. Because we won 2 Stanley Cups, and you were the main faceoff guy. It wasn't Kopitar, although he took a lot of faceoffs. But when we really needed a faceoff win, it was Stoll that was in there. So work with him. We got to get him to move. moving him, we're not going to ever get the value that we want. He's still young enough that he can produce. I mean,
Yeah.
he's still younger than when Kempe really started becoming a good player for the Kings. So there's still hope there. Obviously, the whole thing during that draft, are you going to take Byfield or Stützle? Stützle's proven himself.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing a redraft, Byfield is not probably even going to be third right now. He'll be down the list even a little bit farther. But that doesn't mean that can't change. So, but we need him to get better. I know you think he's overrated. Right now, you're right. I wouldn't disagree with that at all, Adam. I think he's overrated right now. But I still have hope. I just think we're in a system that isn't working with him. So we need to change the system somewhat, tweak it, because if he's going to be a replacement for Kopitar, we need to do something to help him get there. Anyways, that's the end of that one. Now go to your game, Cody.
An hour later, let's finally go to Ducks first game. I mean, to be honest, I was okay with skipping some of these just because.
Before you start, I have spoken.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, so we'll go to the. Let's go to the Ducks games now. So here's the Ducks score. They sucked again. All right, let's move on. All right. So the Ducks at least started doing something I've asked them to do. They started scoring first. Chris Kreider gets a scoring start in this one, gets his 14th of the year to make it 1-0 Anaheim. Olin Zellweger with the assist, and that was his 11th assist of the year. Yeah, trust me, Adam, I thought about it. I was literally about to do like what I did for the Utah game. Like, here's the score, how bad we lost. All right, let's move on. I was so close to that.
Before Corey just made a comment, and I think he might be right on the money. Do you get the feeling that Dostal isn't 100%? I would say yes. I would say yes.
I would say yes. He's not at 100, but I'm not blaming Dostal for this horrible stuff. I'm not saying. I'm not blaming. It's not full blame on defense and the Ducks. It's not full blame on Dostal making saves. It's everyone together on this one. Like before, like I've said, like, oh, it's the defense screwing over the goalies, or the goalies aren't making saves. It's everything right now.
Well, the sad thing about what's happened this year is that great start.
Which is, I expected this to happen. Did I not call it?
Like you did, but that's not what the point I'm trying to make. That you were going to go there, but the defense hasn't been strong all year. But the offense was more dominating, and
yes,
they were controlling the puck more. That stops goals being scored. Their defense still needs a lot of work. If you could take the Kings defense and the Ducks offense, we could win a Stanley Cup.
I thought about that.
We could win a Stanley Cup. The one team is strong at, the other team isn't. So the problem with giving up goals like this game 7-4 is because the Ducks still aren't a strong defensive team. Yeah. And the Kings are a strong defensive team, but they're so weak offensively, they're losing a lot of games by one. I think at one time they were number one in one goal losses.
Yeah.
So anyways, I had my say. You take over. I'll be quiet for a while. Shut up, Adam. I don't want one comment from you.
All right. We'll just go to the comments real quick. Dostal has the yips. He needs to get back to basics. He's making basic mistakes that doesn't help the rest of the team. The rest of the team's breakdowns. That's 100% right. That's
That is correct.
literally it. Yes. And Deuce said in the YouTube chat, melt two teams together. Let's just hope it's the Ducks offense and the Kings defense that are melting together, not the opposite. Because otherwise, you're getting one of the worst teams in the history of hockey. You're losing every game 9-0.
The San Jose Sharks from a few years ago.
Or yeah, pretty much. So I already talked about the Chris Kreider goal. So yay, we get the scoring started, and then just under 10 minutes later, Justin Sordiff scored his 6th goal of the year to make it 1-1, and then 3 minutes later he scores another one to make it 2-1. So that was his 7th of the year, and so it's 2-1 after one. And then Ryan Leonard gets his 9th of the year. So it's 3-1 Washington. And then again, for the hat trick, Justin Sordiff, who I've never heard of until this game, but I don't follow Washington. But he gets his hat trick more than a halfway into the game.
So is he sort of the first star of the game?
All right, you're in timeout. So it's just going to be me for a little bit now. Oh God, I should have saw that one coming and I didn't.
Hey, other than the fun we had Saturday and actually beating Minnesota twice,
God.
it's the rest of the week has been horrible, has it not? On both of our ends. So let's have a little fun with it.
Yeah, Adam, I think the 23-24 Ducks were no, the year before we got the draft when we got Carlson, I think that was one of the worst teams. Anyway, so it's 4-1 after the hat trick from Sordiff, and then Ovechkin gets his 16th of the year, and that makes it 5-1 Washington. And this is still before the halfway point of the game. That was at the 8:52 mark of the second period. And then Alex Killorn, thank God, gets his 3rd of the year to make it 5-2. And then Trouba gets on the board with his 7th of the year to make it 5-3. Oh, by the way, on Killorn's goal, that was Ross Johnston's 10th assist of the year. And then on Trouba's goal, that was Troy Terry's 27th assist. So it's 5-3 going into the third period. Okay, better than the 18-25 Ducks. Yes, that's true. That's on point right there. Beckett Seneca gets his 14th of the year to make it 5 for Washington. Cutter Gauthier with his 20th assist of the year, and Lacombe's 18th assist. And then the Ducks were making a push. They pull the goalie, and then John Carlson gets the empty netter to make it 6-4 Washington, and that was at the 18:46 mark. And then Ovechkin also gets an empty netter, his 17th of the year, and that makes it 7-4, and that was at the 19:18 mark. So realistically, 5-4, but it was 7-4 just because of the 2 own goals. Real quick, the 3 stars of the game, Ryan Leonard was the number 3 star with 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points. Connor McMichael, 4 assists in the game as the number 2 star. And I guess you were sort of ready, sort of called it with him being the number 1 star of the game. He had 3 goals and 2 assists for 5 points. The Ducks did outshoot Washington 45-29, lost in the faceoffs 57-44. 57-43. Ducks were 0 for 3 on the power play. Washington was 0 for 2. We got out hit 20-13. 22 block shots to 7 in favor of Washington. And the Ducks, unfortunately, we tied the season series. The Ducks won the first one, and Washington won the second one. So, like I said, in this game, if you see right here, Mrazek had 19 out of 24 stops, so he had 19 saves, and he got pulled. And then we only held Washington to 3 shots on goal in the third period. So that's really good. I just wish we would have put more in the net. So
Well, there was more than 3, but Dostal only saw 3
well, there
because
was
they
the
scored.
two
They
empty
scored.
netters.
Yeah, they had 2 empty netters was
So they
2
had
more.
5 shots
Yeah,
on goal.
5 shots on goal, but that's on empty netters anyway. So
Yeah,
and you got to do that to try to win.
yeah. So now it's
Even though your mom hates when people do that.
yeah. So you want to go on with your next game? Hopefully, we can keep these a lot shorter.
It's going to be quick. So we got Minnesota again on Monday night. There was no scoring in the first period. Both these games were very highly competitive. Actually, the Kings competing with a team who had the 3rd best record in hockey and beat them on Saturday. And then they get up with Warren Fogle getting his 6th goal from Dumoulin, his 9th, and Malott his 1st at the 15:34 mark in the second period. And the Kings are up 1-0. Then Kevin Fiala getting his 15th with Kuzmenko his 7th assist, Turcotte his 6th assist. That seems to be a new line that seems to really, I think they're right now the best line with the injuries we have that the Kings have. And they're the 3rd line. That was at the 7:52 mark on a tip in. And after 2 periods, the Kings were up 2-0. But I believe Jared Spurgeon is a King killer. He always seems to score against the Kings. So in the 3rd period, 5:55 into the 3rd period, on a slap shot, Spurgeon gets his 4th from Brodin his 11th and Sturm his 5th. And it's now 2-1 Kings. But Andrei Kuzmenko, who has picked up his play after his really poor start and getting, sat down for quite a few games there for a while because he just wasn't being himself. He got his 9th from Dumoulin, his 10th. Dumoulin seems to be playing much better, putting the Kings up 3-1 at the 9:20 mark of the 3rd period. And then Ryan Hartman gets his 10th from Spurgeon again, his 9th assist, and Faber his 15th on a power play. Now it's 3-2 Kings. And then obviously, like most teams, when you're down by a goal in that last minute and a half, 2 minutes, you pull the goalie, and Adrian Kempe gets his 15th on an empty netter from LaFerriere his 10th and Byfield his 18th at the 18:21 mark. And the Kings beat the Wild 2 times in 3 days, 4-2. Stats are Wild outshot the Kings 35-33. This time the Kings won the faceoff 51.9 to 48.1. Let me just pull this up a little bit. So Minnesota out-hit us again 22-10. Block shots 19-16 Minnesota. Giveaways 20 for us, 15 for them. Takeaways 7 for Minnesota, 5 for the Kings. But let's go to the 3 stars of the game. Brian Dumoulin was the 3rd star with 2 assists. Darcy Kemper, the 2nd star with 2 goals against average and a .943 save percentage. And the number 1 star, and well-deserved, Andrei Kuzmenko with a goal and an assist. On to your next game, Cody.
All right. On to my next game. Sorry, I'm just... Nope, it's not what I wanted. All right. So the Ducks go back to Philly. Oh no, we got another comment from Kevin, totally off topic. So feel free to say this one or skip it. But I've heard you guys mention Kempe being a Liverpool fan, one of the good guys, a couple weeks back. Do you guys have a favorite soccer team also? All right, Kevin, put your favorite soccer team in the chat, and I'll let you know if it's a good idea to tell you my team or not.
I think it's Liverpool.
Is he Liverpool fan? Are you a Liverpool fan, Kevin?
Oh, hey, Cody.
Huh.
Go take a look of in our pod league what his name is.
Okay, he is a Liverpool FC. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I don't pay attention. I honestly I don't even know if I even set my lineup this week for fantasy hockey. I don't
Oh,
remember if I did or not. I have
did.
been. I keep forgetting, but
Yeah,
I'm a.
you said it when you play me.
Yeah, of course I do that on purpose. So Kevin, I'm a Chelsea fan. I've been a fan since I want to say '07. I want to say, totally. It was like totally random. One of my buddies told me because I was a goalkeeper when I played soccer, and one of my buddies said that the way I played reminded them of Petr Cech. And then so when we started playing FIFA, I started playing with Chelsea just because I liked Petr Cech. I loved how the helmet, but I also fell in love with like Frank Lampard, Drogba, Terry. Well, this is when oh god, what's his first name? Joe Cole was there. Aaron Robin was there for a little bit. Like I said, so I've been a fan. Yeah, and I love the Torres signing. I just wish he would have been the Liverpool Torres, like when was it Rafael Benito was the coach when you'd only play him for 20 minutes and he would still score a hat trick in those 20 minutes. Adam, you're a Uwe fan? I did not expect you to be a Uwe fan. Me and Tim have the same Italy team. I've always been an AC Milan fan for Italy. But okay, back to hockey. Sorry, we could do a whole nother like soccer pod with maybe me and Kevin. We could do that in off season. So the Ducks go to Philly. This is the first time the Ducks play against Zegras after trading him in the off season. And I'm sorry, I cannot stand Philadelphia fans right now. They're still booing Cutter. Like, who cares anymore? It's done. It's over with. You guys fleeced us in the Trevor Zegras trade. No offense, Paling. I like you as a player. I do. It's nothing to do with you, Paling, but you guys fleeced us in that trade. You guys even were one of the teams that got probably one of the best players, and because he didn't want to play for the team that drafted him, Eric Lindros.
Yep.
So you guys are, I would say, hypocrites when it comes to this. You guys got someone that didn't want to play for their team, and you picked up this player, and just because someone did it to you, you're going to start booing him and saying F you every time he touches the puck. I'm sorry. That's just, I know it's Philadelphia and all, but like that's childish in my opinion. Yeah, I'm probably going to get roasted if this ever gets out there, but I'm just sorry. It's just very childish in my opinion. But I love how, again, we scored the first goal. Perfect. Cutter Gauthier gets on the board for his 20th of the year. It took him 82 games last year to get 20. And this was game number, I want to say 42, 43. And he already has 20 goals. So Cutter Gauthier gets on the board on a power play goal. Lacombe and Terry get the assist. That was Lacombe's 19th assist and Troy Terry's 28th assist. And that was at the 4:15 mark. And then all hell broke loose again. Not one, but two straight goals from Trevor Zegras from the almost exact same spot too. Trevor Zegras did this whole, he did this whole celebration where we were like this and then hung up the phone. And I guess they talked to him about it after the game, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's how quick the phone call was when they told me I was traded." Because he went like this and just hung up. So I'll admit, I do miss that part of Zegras being on this team. Like that's the Zegras I wanted. So
he wasn't free in Anaheim to do what he's doing in Philadelphia.
But that was Cronin. We had Quenneville would have given him this freedom.
Do you think Quenneville was there when they traded him?
Yes.
So he was okay with that trade. You think he wasn't notified? Hey, we're going to move Zegras for Paling and whatever else they got.
I don't know, but Quenneville was because we had Quenville and we had Kreider. Kreider and Zegras are like best buddies too. And I was looking forward to seeing Kreider and Zegras on a line and Quenville saying, "Hey, do your thing." But
Still
the
comes
Ducks
back. Still comes back to he would have been at best a 3C.
I don't know. The
On
way
the,
McTavish is playing, I could see him being. Can you imagine a line with?
they
I
weren't
would say
seeing that. They weren't
I-
seeing that.
we could have had Kreider, Zegras, and McTavish on the line, or Carlson, Zegras, Kreider.
Still, they didn't see it.
I know it's stupid.
The one thing for Trevor Zegras, it was a blessing for them to trade him because he's now he can.
He's
pardon
free.
the pun. He can fly.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun.
You're one more dad. I think we lost you again. You're on to say you're one more dad joke away from being like removed. Yeah, I think we lost you again. So Trevor Zegras gets his 16th and 17th goals, pretty much 4 minutes apart. The second one was a power play goal, so that makes it 2-1 Philadelphia. God, that's a very funny picture for you to freeze on, by the way. So it's 2-1 Philly going into the second period. And then Cam York gets his third of the year. He's an Anaheim native, by the way. He gets his third of the year at the 1:15 mark of the second period. And then Travis Sanheim gets his fifth of the year to make it 4-1 Philadelphia. And after that, honestly, I did not watch the third period. So I don't know what happened. There we go. We lost my dad. I don't know what happened in the third period. I did not watch it. But looks like Killorn got his fourth of the year on the power play. Troy Terry got his 29th assist of the year. Lacombe's 20th assist. So it seems like the power play is hitting this game. And that was at the 125 mark in the third. And it seems like there was no other scoring until Nikita Gerbenkin scores the empty netter to make it 5-2 Philadelphia. So Trevor Zegras gets the great win, or not the great win, gets the win against the Ducks in his first game against them. The Ducks got killed in the faceoffs and the shots. 39 shots for Philly, 18 for the Ducks, 63% for in the faceoff percentage for the faceoffs for Philly, and 37% for the Ducks. The Ducks are 2 for 3 on the power play, while Philadelphia is 1 for 8. Oh, speaking of this game, that reminds me. Yeah, and I agree with Mom. Isn't Philadelphia the city of brotherly love? Yeah, I don't think so. Sorry, Kevin. I forgot I saw that. Didn't see this. I really don't like the Flyers fans after this. Probably shouldn't have taken this long because certain Philly fans are often nasty. But I'm turning into a closet Ducks fan thanks to you guys. And we appreciate that. Sorry, Dad, you're in timeout still. Oh, did we lose you again as I bring you in? Are you there?
I don't know what's going on. I'm here now. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. I do.
I don't know. I'm calling my internet company today. I can tell you, this is like the third week in a row.
Yeah. So I want to speak about the Ross Johnston hit, or I should say hit. So Ross Johnson got a 5-minute major and a game misconduct for interference so premise Ross Johnson was skating straight into the offensive zone, and Jamie Drysdale, who wasn't even looking where he was going, he turned. Like you can see in the replay, Ross Johnson keeps going straight, and he's not like purposely skating into Drysdale. He's skating straight, and I think he even moves his right leg up to kind of try to avoid hitting Drysdale. But Drysdale is literally like he's turning as into Ross Johnson, and he's not even looking where he's going. Turns into Ross Johnson, and since Jamie Drysdale's made out of glass, he falls in the ice, and they review it, and somehow Ross Johnson gets a 5-minute major and a game misconduct for interference because Drysdale's made out of glass, and everyone hates the Ducks. Like I would say Toronto and the refs hate the Ducks because this is the second time this year on a BS call where a Ducks player got called for a 5-minute major and a game misconduct for interference, which I've never heard of until this year. So, yeah, I wanted to talk about that one because was just a BS call. I'm sorry. That should have not have happened. That was not that was at most a 2-minute minor for interference. At most. I'm not saying that was the reason why we lost because they didn't score on the major, but the Ducks were already playing 11-7, so now we lost Johnston, so now we were playing 10-7. So, I mean, the rest of the game isn't really. Let's see, 3 stars of the game. Cates with the 2 assists for the 3rd star. Cam York was the number 2 with the 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points. And what a shock. Trevor Zegras was the number 1 star with the 2 goals. Let's see. Dusk. Oh, here it is. Dusk said he could have done more to make it look like he was trying to avoid him, but I still agree should have been a minor. I can hear you now. Were you not able to hear me before? Or I don't know. But like I said, yes, I think Johnston could have done more to avoid it. But the thing is, Johnston was skating straight. And honestly, I don't even think he was fully paying attention to see where Drysdale was coming from. And Drysdale was looking this way, but turning this way. So like I said, I don't see in how you go to a replay and still determine that was a game misconduct and a 5-minute major. Like I said, it should have been a 2-minute minor max. So, yeah, like I said, again, shots on goal 39-18. But when you give a team 8 power play chances, yeah, you're going to lose in the shot department. So, now it's on to your next game.
Oh boy, we get to play San Jose. And this is the last game before we go on a road trip. Let's go to the scoring. There was no scoring in the first period. One thing I'm going to say about this game, even though it did end up a close score, I thought we were totally outplayed. I mean, I have a total appreciation of watching Macklin Celebrini play. And it would be nice to have that kind of player again on our team because we don't have anybody like him. And the last time we did, it was Wayne Gretzky. I mean, he's a generational talent. Well, anyways, let's go to the scoring. Tyler Toffoli, again on the power play, gets his 11th from Wenberg his 22nd and Celebrini his 42nd at 4:10 of the second period to put the Sharks up 1-0. Alex Turcotte, which I am very well pleased with how Alex Turcotte has picked up his play since we traded Philip Deneau. He's one bright point. Mom was talking about me. That's because I keep getting knocked out by the internet. Anyways, that was Turcotte's 3rd from Fiala's 15th at the 11:34 mark. So after 2 periods, we have a 1-1 game. And then the 3rd period gets a lot more exciting. Adam Gaudette, again on the power play for a great defensive team that was probably 1 or 2 in the penalty kill last year. We're not that this year. That has gone all to pieces. We give up way too many power play goals. Gaudette got his 9th from Liljegren, his 7th, and Skinner his 6th on a tip in to put the Sharks up 2-1. Fiala ties it at the 6:40 mark on a wrist shot from Turcotte his 7th and Edmondson his 13th to tie the game. And the Alex LaFerriere gets his 11th from Edmondson again, his 14th, and CC his 7th at the 1750 mark. And we're up 3-2 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. Excuse me.
Bless you. Bless you. All right, 0 more.
I don't want any more. That was enough. Celebrini ties it at the 1853 mark. I can't tell you how many times somewhere in between the 18-minute and the end of the period, we give up the tying goal. He got his 24th unassisted at the 1853 mark on a wrist shot. So we go to overtime, and both teams had chances to win it, but Eklund gets his 11th from Celebrini, his 43rd assist at the 3:08 mark, and San Jose wins the game in overtime 4-3. Let's go to the stats real quick on this one. Hits, we got out hit 21-12. We get out hit almost every game. Block shot 17-14 for San Jose. Giveaways, of course, we had 18, they only had 17, and takeaways, they had 8 and we had 3. That's why we lost the game. We go to the 3 stars. Turcotte was the 3rd star with a goal and assist. I love Turcotte's play lately. Eklund was the 2nd star with a goal. Celebrini with 1 goal and 2 assists was the number 1 star by far. And then there's a question from Dusk. Thoughts on Edmondson's goal that was rejected against the Sharks? I feel Toronto got the call wrong, and that even though he got the goal back, in my mind, it should have been his 2nd goal. Okay, what they're talking about, he was getting cross-checked from the back, which that wasn't even called. It pushed him in where his hand hit the puck in. But it wasn't like
Eddie was talking about this.
It wasn't that his hand, like he punched it in, which again, if that happened, absolutely should be a no goal. But it was the contact from behind him that pushed him in that led to his hand hitting the puck and it going in. I agree with you. That should have been a goal. In my book, should be a goal. There was no effort on his part to punch that with his hand. He was just falling down. I don't even think he saw the puck. It was all by accident. That should have been a goal. That would have been the game. We would have had another win. Did we really deserve the win? Maybe not. I thought we were outplayed by the Sharks in this game. If I were to be honest, I thought the Sharks deserved to win the game. And there's a lot of times that teams don't deserve to win a game, and they do. But
I'm trying to watch the goal right now. I want to say
they showed it in slow motion, and his hand is just going as he's got pushed in. So, I mean, I could see if he would have punched it in with his hand.
Okay. All right. So let's see if I could put it on here. So I just found you see it really good on this one right here. She shares screen. Let's do. There we go. Let me make it bigger for you guys. So you'll see Edmondson coming around here. He's over here. There's Edmondson. I don't really see his hand hit it in. He gets cross-checked right there. If he get it
right there and the puck hit his hand and goes in.
I'm sorry, that's a goal. Let's see.
See, he's falling.
Jesus Christ. No, that's a goal. I'm sorry. That should have been a goal.
They took it away. It's okay. We didn't deserve the win. Kind of. He would have not even been there if he didn't get cross-checked in the back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if
Slow
they
motion
didn't
kind of makes it look like he is moving it, but there's no way in real time he does it intentionally. So I I'm sorry. Like I know these hockey players are still are great, and their hand-eye coordination is good in like fast moments, but there's no way in hell like he sees the puck as he's getting cross-checked down and still hits the puck in like that, like intentionally. That was just it happened as he fell, it hit his hand, and it goes in. It honestly, Kevin, it's funny you say that because Eddie was talking about this on Locked On Kings. I can't remember which episode it was, but he says maybe the refs shouldn't be looking in these in slow mo. These guys aren't playing in slow mo; they're playing in real time speed. And Eddie said the exact same thing. I think there's certain calls. Yes, check the slow mo, but in certain calls, you should not go to slow mo at all.
Yeah,
So,
we had Caitlin Kelly make a comment. Her dad talks about football on the ESPN network.
oh, really? Who's your dad? I want to know. That's cool.
Well, I love the way she spells her name. I've never seen Caitlin spelled that way.
Yeah, me either.
I love the spelling of your name.
Yeah.
Your dad's creative, or your mom maybe.
I'm guessing that's the mom. That's
probably.
The mom. There's no way a guy knows how to spell Caitlin that way.
Maybe we should have had you be Cody, Kody.
Oh God, no. I've had so many people like, oh, is it Kodi? I'm like, how many Codys do you know that spell their name Kodi? I'm sorry, no. There's not. Very rare. No, it's KCODI, and the first K is silent.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, are you done with your Sharks game?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was done. I already gave the 3 stars in the game.
Okay.
We just had to talk about the goal.
Okay. Oh, I was curious because I heard Eddie talk about it, and I didn't have time to look it up yesterday, so I was curious on what he was talking about. But yeah, I'm sorry, that's a goal. That is a goal. And trust me, like I love the Kings as long as they're not playing the Ducks. But and sometimes I wish they don't do as well, so the Ducks do better. But that was a goal. All right, so the Ducks go to Carolina for the 3rd game out of the 4-game road trip. And again, the Ducks are listening to me for the most part because, boom, the Ducks get the first goal. All 3 games this week, the Ducks get the first goal. So I'm happy about that. It's just everything else has been crap. Ryan Poehling gets his 3rd of the year, and I wish he deserves to have so many more goals than this. He's probably been one of the most consistent players for the Ducks. Lacombe gets his 21st assist of the year and Kreider's 10th assist, and that was at the 13-18 mark. So the Ducks go up 1-0 after the first period. And that was the best period the Ducks played in this game. So that should just tell you, after this, everything goes downhill. Mark Jankowski gets his 3rd of the year to tie it up 1-1, and that was the 8:56 mark. And then Mikael Granlund, after just hitting the post and missing, he gets the puck again from McTavish, and he puts it in the net to get his 8th of the year. So McTavish gets the primary with his 17th assist of the year. Seneca's 19th assist. So it's 2-1 Anaheim at the 12:04 mark. And then Logan Stankoven gets his 9th of the year to tie it up 2-2, and that was at the 14:05 mark. And then at the 16:08 mark, Jalen Chatfield gets his 1st of the year to make it 3-2 Carolina. And then I couldn't watch the 3rd period because I was behind, and there was something going on with Victory Plus where it wouldn't let me reload to go to the 3rd period. Like I watched the 2nd, and then when I tried to get to the 3rd, it kept freezing on me, and so I never officially watched the 3rd period of this game. So, but looks like it wasn't very fun for the Ducks side, anyways. We only got 4 shots on goal in the 3rd period when we were down. But Jackson Blake is his 13th of the year to make it 4-2 Carolina. And then Taylor Hall gets his 9th of the year on the empty net to make it 5-2 Carolina. And that was at the 17-11 mark. So we really pulled the goalie early in this one. But yeah, Ducks fall to Carolina in Carolina 5-2. Shots on goal. Not pretty. 35-13. There are only 13 shots on goal in this game. That is not good at all. 36% in the faceoff percentage to 65%. For Carolina, both teams were over on the power play. Ducks do out hit them 25-16. Block shots 20-8 in favor of the Ducks. Ducks lose the season series 2-0 to Carolina after losing 4-1 in October. Like I said, just 6 shots on goal in the first, 3 in the second, and 4 in the third. That is Carolina in the second period outshot us alone. They had 19 in the second period. 13 shots on goal. That is not good. And this is a Carolina team without Slavin. And it's just crazy how bad they're playing right now. As Deuce says, 13 shots on goal is crazy for what a usually offensive strong team like the Ducks. And Mom said, that's why I did your name. A lot of dads don't know how to spell their kids' name. Yeah.
I'm offended by that. I know how to spell his name.
Yeah, sure. I'm just kidding.
Well,
but the 3 stars of the game, Taylor Hall was the number 3 star with the 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points. Stankoven is also the number 2 star with 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points. Then Jalen Chatfield was the number 1 star with also 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points. So that is it for the Ducks this week. We now have an 8-game losing streak. I want to say it's almost tied for. I want to say if we lose 2 more games, we'll be tied for the worst losing streak in Ducks history. So let's hopefully we change that around tonight.
Maybe you ought to play the Kings. So the Kings.
No, it started with the Kings.
So
we had the 6-1 loss.
We're gonna segue over to the Kings game. They go to Winnipeg, who hadn't won in 11 games. They were 7-4 going into this game last night. And I mean, when you play the Kings, you get well. First period, Namzakov got his 7th from Stanley, his 7th, and Niederreiter his 10th at the 1:31 mark. Didn't take long for them to score. It's 1-0. And Kolkapika gets his 3rd from Sandberg his 6th, and Pearson his 3rd at the 18:05 mark. And after 1 period, we're down 2-0. Then Blackhawk Jonathan Taves gets his 4th from Miller, his 1st, and Perfetti his 7th at the 2:07 mark. And it's 3-0 Winnipeg. The only redeeming value in this game is Byfield finally scores his 7th goal. And I was looking, we did trade 3 players to get PLD from Winnipeg. One of them was Alex Iafallo, who's considered just, he's a nice player, but nobody to speak of. He has 7 goals already with Winnipeg. Byfield gets a 7th from Taylor Ward, his 1st assist, and Warren Fogle only has 2 assists. That's why we're not any good. It's now 3-1 Winnipeg. And then Scheifele, of course, gets his 21st on the power play. I've been saying that a lot here in the last month or 2. We're giving up a lot of power play goals. Kyle Connor with his 31st, and the one guy we shouldn't have traded, Gabriel Velarde, got his 21st assist, and it's 4-1 Winnipeg. Then Scheifele gets his 22nd, not on the power play, from Perfetti his 8th and Velarde his 22nd, and that's how the game ends, 5-1. Let's go to the stats. Hey, we won something. We won the face-offs. We 33 out of the 58 face-offs we won, 56.9% to 43.1. We were 0 for 3 on the power play. They were 1 for 2. Hey, we were actually close on the hits for once. Winnipeg 23, Kings 22. Block shots, Winnipeg 22, Kings 9. Hey, we were better in the giveaways. They gave away 17. We only gave away 9. And we actually won the takeaways 7-2. Yet we sucked and lost 5-1. Dominated by a team who had not won in 11 games. Third star, Namsakov with a goal. Jonathan Taves was the second star with a goal. And of course, 2 goals. Mark Scheifele was the number 1 star. And that ends the week for the Kings in games. We started off with a bang, beating Minnesota twice, but couldn't do anything after that.
So Deuce says, I'm just going to call this as a mercy win for the Jets fan base. And also said, thoughts on the rain call-ups? I think Ward looked pretty good. Didn't see too much from Lee.
Well, Lee actually is the leading scorer on the rain this year. Ward played okay. I mean, they were competitive out there. They didn't look like they were outmatched totally. The team just has been outmatched overall. You know, other than I don't know why they look so good against Minnesota.
Yeah.
2 games against Minnesota, beat them twice. I'm still flabbergasted. That gave me hope. Obviously, it went in. I didn't even pick us to win, and we lost both. I picked them to lose both of those games, and they won. Then I picked them to beat the Sharks. They lost. The only game I won this week was the Jets game. I had us losing 3-2. Of course, it was 5-1.
Yeah. All right, let's get into predictions real quick, and then I want to go over some of the new Olympic rosters that were announced, and then I'm at the leave because we have to leave pretty soon.
Okay.
So, predictions. God, I hope I'm right on this. I'm gonna have the Ducks winning this game. I'm gonna go big, 6-2 tonight against Buffalo.
Okay.
And then Tuesday against the Stars. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna say they're gonna lose in Dallas. I'm gonna say 5-3. And then against the Kings, which we'll talk about that in a minute. Also, I'm gonna say a win. I'm gonna say 4-3.
Okay.
And
I'll go
then
to my game. We play the Oilers tonight. I have us losing 5-2. And we play the Stars on Monday, losing 5-2. Vegas on Wednesday, losing 6-3. And then Friday against the Ducks. And we're going to be at the watch party.
Well, that's why I was gonna mention that.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll let you talk about that then. I have the Ducks beating us 5-3 because I just don't think we have enough to do anything anymore.
Okay, so on Friday the 16th, me, my dad, and my mom, we will all be at Noble Ale Works on Friday the 16th. So that's gonna be this coming up Friday. It's free. Like I said, anyone's invited, all ages. We're gonna have vendors, giveaways. There's gonna be food, clothing vendor. Like I said, it's gonna be so much fun. It's hosted by the Halos in the infield. So they're gonna be doing like a live stream throughout the game and stuff like that, commenting on it. So like I said, I'm super excited for this. I've never been to a watch party. I've been wanting to go. It'd be nice to meet Todd and from Halos in the Infield. Actually, was just on one of their recent podcasts. I think I did it on New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve. It was Christmas Eve. Yeah. So go check that out. It's going to be the Mighty Ducks Club. We're going to be there. Mighty Ducks Club. I believe we're going to have a few shirts to sell while we're there, if there's any left from tonight, because I think there's another watch party tonight. But there was like a last second thing. But yeah, I'm super excited for this watch party. I just hope it's we actually get a win this time. No offense, Dad.
We'll see what happens.
So
We both predicted a Duck victory.
yeah. So
We'll see.
I'm excited. It's at, like I said, Noble Ale Works, and I can't remember which. It was a seltzer, I believe we got. It was like a flamingo or pineapple one, and they were. I mean, both were really good when we were there that one time.
Yeah, it was
So
very good.
I can't wait to go. I'll probably have a couple beers or maybe more depending on the game. No, I'm just kidding. I'm usually a 1 or 2 beer person. I'm done. So, well, yeah, everyone, it's free to go. Come and have fun. So,
Yep.
So real quick, here's some rosters, and then after this, we're gonna get out of here. Here's Denmark's Olympic roster. Michael Adberg, Matthias Bau, Oliver Bjorkstrand, Joachim Blichfield, Nikolai Ehlers, Lars Ellers, Nicholas Jensen, Oscar Fisker Molgard, Nick Olsen, Morten Poulsen, Jonas Ronenberg, Patrick Russell, Frederick Storm, Alexander True, Christian Wise. I hope I said that right. Jesper Jensen Abo, Philip Brusker, Nicholas Jensen, Anders Knock, Koch. It's spelled Koch. So I was spelling it out and I didn't realize what I just said. Marcus Lurdenson, Oliver Lordenson, Frederick Anderson, Frederick DeChow, and Mad Sargard. Okay, now to Germany. Hopefully these ones will be a lot easier to say. Leon Dreisaitl, Alexander L, Dominic Kuhan, Mark Michaelis, JJ Paterka, Lucas Reichel, Tobias Ryder, Joshua Samansky, Justin Schultz, Wojciech Stokowak, Nico Sturm, Tim Stutzel, Frederick Tiffels, Parker Tomey, Leon Guanki, Corbinian Gabel, Lucas Cabell, Jonas Muller, Moritz Sider, Moritz Muller, Fabio Wagner, Kai Wiseman, Maximilian Franzreb, Philip Grubauer, and Matthias Niederberger. I need a burger too.
I want one right now.
Mom says, so I'm driving home. LOL. Well, you're probably driving back with Dad. All right, and then here's Switzerland's team.
You're driving home, honey. My car.
Yeah. Here's Sweden's team. Oh, Jesus. Sven Inderredo, Christoph Bertschi, Kevin Fiala, Nico Heischer, Ken Yager, Simon Nack, Philip Kurashev. It's like the NHL guys' names I can easily say because I know how to. I've heard their names pronounced. Oh, so Deuce says I believe it's pronounced Coke, like the soda. Okay, it's spelled Koch. So I was like,
I like Coke.
I'm not gonna. I was about to say the other one, but that would have been really bad. I really would have made the internet if I would have said the other one. So Phil Kershaw, Dinas Malgin, Timo Meyer, Nino Niederreiter, Damian Rat, I believe, Sandro Schmid, Pew Suter, Calvin Thurkoff, Tim Burney, Michael Fora, Andrea Glauser, Roman Yossi, Dean Kukin, Christian Marty, JJ Moser, Jonas Siegenthaler. That was like the part of gonna be the hardest one to say, but I already know the name. Rito Burra, Leonardo Ganomi, and then Akira Schmid. And then I trying to see if I have any others. Oh, then here's the last one, Slovakia. God, why is it all the hard ones? I'm gonna make you do this next time.
No thanks.
What are you doing? All right, Peter Kolarik, Dalibor Dvorsky, Marek Havrik. Let's see, Libor Havrik, Libor Hudunsik. Yeah, Cockles. Cockles funny. Milos Kellerman, Adam Lyska, Oliver Okovar, Martin Pospisil, Pavel Regenda, Adam Ruzinska, Yuri Slavkowski, Matthias Sukol, Samuel Takak, Thomas Tatar, Peter Cernasak, Eric Cernak, Martin Faravalli, Martin Gernat, Michael Avon. Let's see, Patrick. There's that name again. I'm gonna say Coke because that's how Deuce said. I'm gonna say Coke. I'm not gonna say the other one again. Martin Marisin, Simon Nemec, Adam Gahan, Samuel Halava, and then Stanislav Skorshenev. I didn't.
Thank
So
you,
I really
Kevin.
hope everyone enjoyed that. Me trying to say 90% of those names. Next time I'll have my dad say it so it's even funnier.
It will be funnier.
Yeah,
I
it'll be
guarantee.
funnier. Because at least some of the NHL guys' names I actually know how to say. Even NHL guys know that you can't even say, Dad. But all right, I gotta get out of here. So everyone, please hit the subscribe button on YouTube or go follow us on Twitch. Like I know Adam subscribed on YouTube. Kevin is a follower on Twitch. And if you guys follow us, you can join in on the live, comment like everyone else does, like Deuce here, my mom, Adam, Kevin, and have fun and make fun of me trying to pronounce these names again.
Or me.
Or you on a weekly basis.
Yes.
Can I vowel a vowel? There's too many vowels. I will sell you a vowel. How about that?
Yeah, you can buy one, Adam.
Just a bunch of dudes. Oh god, this is funny. But everyone, please go download all the episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Overcast, Amazon Music, iHeart. Download and please leave us a review on Apple or Spotify. We'd really appreciate it. Again, we have so much fun with the live chat. God, I didn't expect that to be as funny as I thought it would be, just reading out names. But everyone, thank you for tuning in. Hope to see everyone there at the watch party. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to it. So
Me too.
And I hope everyone has a great week. And I pray the Ducks break the losing streak tonight. I really hope so. If not, let's do it on Tuesday against the Stars. So if not, we'll see you guys next week. And just remember, let's go Ducks.
Go Kings, go.
See you next
week. See you next week.
A father and son, a bond so strong, talking hockey all day long. Royally Quacked, their podcast show, sharing stories, highs and lows. From the Kings to the Ducks.